Hello everybody. So in today's lesson, lesson 11.11, we're on page 561 of the second grade Go Math textbook. And in this lesson, we're basically working with problem solving using the concept of equal shares. And so basically, we're going to be talking about how can drawing a diagram help when solving problems about equal shares. And so, for instance, there are two sandwiches that are the same size. Each sandwich is divided into fourths, but the sandwiches are cut differently. How might the two sandwiches be cut? So what do we need to find? We need to find how the two sandwiches could be cut. What information do you need to use? There are how many sandwiches? There are two sandwiches. Okay. And each sandwich is divided into fourths. All right. So here are two sandwiches, and they're cut in different manners. Okay. So we could just say, let's cut it in half diagonally. Okay. So there's two pieces. And if we cut the other direction, now we have four equal pieces. All right. What if we did this? What if we cut it in half going left to right? And then say up and down. Except that's not equal sections, so let's try that again. Okay, correct. Okay, that's better. Okay, so four equal sections. So these are two ways. We could have cut like long strips and got four. We could have cut it up and down to have four pieces. But anyway, as long as each piece is equal, they're called fourths. All right, 562. Draw to show your answer. Marquise has two square sheets of paper that are the same size. He wants to cut each sheet into halves. What are two different ways he can cut the sheets of paper? So we have to find different ways we can cut sheets of paper into halves. Remember, halves means two equal parts. Okay, well, the easiest way to do this one is just take one corner to the other corner. That's one way. Okay, we could also just go cut it into top and bottom. A little high, huh? Let's go a little lower. It looked like the bottom part was a little larger than the top part. Let's try that. Cut the difference right in the middle. All right, so halves. Okay, I think that is better. All right. Shanice has two pieces of cloth that are the same size. She needs to divide each piece into thirds. What are two different ways she can divide the cloth? Well, we can do top and bottom and draw the lines up and down to get three pieces. Okay, so we have three equal pieces that way. Or we can make them long ways. I'm going to turn my paper sideways for a bit. Okay. So each piece is a third. Okay. 563. Draw to show your answer. Brandon has two pieces of toast that are the same size. What are two different ways he can divide the pieces of toast into halves? Okay, well, we've already done this once. So again, We can do that way. And I might as well stick with the top and bottom idea. Okay. I think I want to go up a little higher. All right, number 4. Oh, halves. So we have to have two equal pieces, right? All right. So Mr. Rivera has two small trays of pasta that are the same size. What are two different ways you can cut the pasta into four? Fourths mean we're going to have four equal pieces. Okay, again, we can start by drawing with the pencil, and then if we don't think we have it as, if we think that one of the sections is much larger or much smaller than the others, we can redraw our line. Okay, I'm pretty happy with this one. Okay, and this one I'm just going to cut it in half, top to bottom, and left to right, okay, to get four pieces. I'm not happy with that. It still looks like the top is a little bigger. Hmm. Let me do something real quick. So half, right now, when we're measuring this, it says that it's 26 millimeters. So half of that would be 13. So 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah, we were right in the right neighborhood. Okay. Not that far off. All right. How about number 5? Erin has two ribbons that are the same size. What are the two different ways she can divide the ribbon into thirds? So thirds, we're trying for three equal parts. We can also do it up and down. Okay. So thirds this way, right? Thirds this way, or thirds this way. All right, let's look at page 564. Solve, write, or draw to explain. David needs to divide two pieces of paper into the same number of equal shares. Look at how the first paper is divided. Show how to divide the second paper a different way. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is divided into fourths. So we need to divide this into fourths a different way. So something like that. Fourths. Mrs. Lee cut two sandwiches in half. How many equal shares does she have? Well, we don't. I'm just going to quickly draw two squares just for accuracy and to see what we mean by cutting it into halves. Okay. Okay, and so then we have a second one. All right. So we have our two sandwiches. And we're going to cut them in halves, each in half. Okay, so there's our two halves. So how many equal shares does she have? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 equal shares. Emma wants to cut a piece of paper into fourths. Fill in the bubble next to all the ways she could cut the paper. Fourths. We want 4 equal parts. 1, 2, 3, 4. That was good. 1, 2, 3. No. 1, 2, 3, 4, but look, are they all equal? No. So this isn't a good way to cut the paper. How about this one? 1, 2, 3, 4. Those all look equal. So we would say just those two. The first one and the last one. All right, so that's it for problem solving with equal shares, and that is actually the last lesson of our second grade Go Math textbook. So until your next lesson, I will see you soon.